Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is me, Duke CT, and it is time to Rampage. As this is my Week 6 Rampage review, let's get into it. First up is the AEW World Tag Team Championship match, the Lucha Brothers taking on the Butcher and the Blade. This was a fantastic opening match, as both teams have really good chemistry with each other. Action was on point. Ray Phoenix shows why he does the best lucha things, and quite honestly, it's I am just really really impressed by the Butcher and Blake. Whenever they show up and have these big matches, they always seem to perform, and quite honestly, I always loved these. Seems almost underrated tag team of this group, because quite honestly, the Butcher, by the way, really seriously underrated wrestler. Love his stuff. I just hope that they get their their roses one day, because these two really did a great job butchering the Blade. And also pre-match, before the finish of the match, you had Penta sacrificing him. I could see the Blade took Penta and ties his mask in the middle of the rope, and it looks like he's stuck. It's like he can't do anything without revealing who he is. But nope, he takes the mask off and saves his brother for a pin attempt, and for this shocking thing. Like, holy crap, that was like emotional, and I'm like, that is one hell of a finish of a match, as Penta sacrifices his mask, taking it off, saving his brother for another pin attempt, and Phoenix turns around, hits the roll up to hit on the Butcher to pick up the victory. Great match, great emotional match. I loved it. Good stuff all around. And after the match, you have the rest of House Hardy come in, Private Party, to take down, just beat the crap out of the Lucha Brothers. And then, well, guess what? Pride and Powerful, Santino Ortiz comes out, saves the day, and really good stuff. By the way, the four commentators, you had Taz, you had Ricky Starks, Excalibur, and Chris Jericho. Good stuff. I love Taz and Ricky Starks. Just basically doing that stuff. Taz like, I got see what happens with this Printer stuff. I gotta write this down. Next time for the match, we're gonna do the same thing with the Luchadors or something like that. And then I think Excalibur's like, you shouldn't say that. People might listen to you. We're like, oh, don't worry. Ricky said, oh, don't worry, no one's gonna listen. Who cares? That's something like that. It was good stuff all around. Next up, you have a promo of Kenny Omega versus Bryan Danielson, the big match for AEW Dynamite Grand Slam. And it just says that Kenny Omega just sees him as an underdog. He's like, he got too cocky. Everybody shows up to AEW, they face me, and they get humbled or whatever. And then Danielson's like, no, it's like, he's like, you're going to prove Omega wrong, and as well as prove what so many already know, that he is the best wrestler to step foot in the square circle. And they keep replaying that same thing. The first, talking point the past couple weeks, saying that Bryan Danielson says Kenny Omega is not on his level. Very interesting stuff. Next up, we have Anna Jay with Ty Conti versus the Bunny with Penelope Ford. And you know what? Anna Jay and Bunny, they start out quick as they just fight in the ramp, and they just fight back and forth. Really good hot start, but it did slow down a bit, as the Bunny will work more pathology for Anna Jay. I think they just did this because Anna Jay is just coming back, so they don't want to do any high flying stuff, do all this type of easing her in. So it wasn't too good, because I think Bunny can bring it. She always, Allie always can bring it. We've seen it before. Anna Jay can bring it, but right now Anna Jay is slowly getting back to where she was. So, I'm like, hopefully by next week we will see Anna Jay be in that better position. And speaking of that, positions, Ty Conti helps out Anna by taking up Penelope Ford, and then during the distraction, Anna picks up the victory via the schoolgirl to win. But after the post match, Penelope Ford gets revenge as they got the brass knucks, lays out both Ty Conti and Anna Jay. And Anna Jay looks like to have revenge against Penelope Ford next week on the huge supercard of Rampage Grand Slam. It's going to be interesting. Next up, we get a nice look back on Powerhouse Hobbs just laying out CM Punk, saying, I'm not like they say, you ain't faced nothing like this. I'm not Darby. I'm not anyone else. I'm here to end you. And they're like, you know what? You should have just stayed away for 7 more years because this is going to be a different type of fight. And I like the fact they just showed him sitting cross-legged. Will Hobbs sitting cross-legged. Like, really building that up. And it looks like it's going to be at Rampage next week. It's going to be really good. So it's going to be the first Punk TV match in years. So I hope this is going to be a good match. I'm expecting some good stuff. Next, you have Tony Schiavone standing in the ring with Matt Hardy. And, well, the Hardy family office is 0-2 because Butcher and Blade and the Bunny took some L's. And then Hardy notices the fan who was sporting an Orange Cassidy, the fanboys and everything. And then he just loses his mind after the fan gave him a thumbs up. And then just beats the crap out of him. And then Tits a twist of fate. And then Jack Evans, who was there, starts shaving off his hair, cutting ponytails, shaving his hair. And then Orange Cassidy shows up. And then, Matt Hardy just wants Orange Cassidy's hair. He wants to embarrass Orange Cassidy. He wants to embarrass Orange Cassidy. And I think that's I'm surprised they didn't have a match coming up next week. I think this is gonna happen at Full Gear. Oh, by the way, Orange Cassidy is the number 1 ranked wrestler, so I think after he beats Matt Hardy, I suspect that he's getting that 1-on-1 match with the Best Bout Machine at Full Gear. Or they're going to move it to Bryan Danielson. Who knows? Next up is another in-ring segment. Britt Baker and Ruby Soho. And honestly, I'm loving Ruby Soho, that energy. And I never watched her stuff before she went to WWE. And Ruby Riott, which she was, they showed promise, but I never saw this like fire and energy before. And going blow to blow with Britt Baker, which is like surprising. A babyface having the heel, step back a bit, which is nice. And I want more of this type of stuff. And I hopefully the ladies can get that type of more attention, more matches, more segments, more stuff like this, not just on Rampage, but also on Dynamite. You give people opportunity, and they will surprise you. In the best way or in the worst way. Anyway. But yeah, it's a really good promo segment. Then we get to our main event as Fuego del Sol taking on TNT champion Miro. Fuego wins, he gets the TNT Championship. If Miro wins, he gets his car. By the way, I love the Mark Henry segment and everything. Good stuff here. Never change that. And this is Mark Henry's best. And by the way, I don't hate Mark Henry on commentary, but I'm hopeful that Mark Henry can one day get back on the commentary when he gets a little more seasoning. And I think that'll be something great. I can't wait to see that more often. It's going to be really good stuff. And speaking of good stuff, this match, a lot better than the first match these two had. And Fuego del Sol and Miro, really good chemistry with each other. And gosh, Fuego has that connection with the crowd, as not only he hits like 2 spectacular tornado DDTs on Miro, he actually helps. Fuego was like, he tossed, Fuego was tossed Miro into the crowd, but yet, the fans helped out Miro, not Miro, helped out Fuego up there and just have Fuego get this nice like splash on Miro, but Miro caught him and just hits a picture perfect fall away slam. Then we get to picture in picture, and then just Miro just beating the crap out of him, just ragdolling Fuego, just keep going back and forth. And Fuego comes right back, gets a sleeper hold on Miro, but going back and forth, just really is going back and forth, and Fuego just keeps trying to fight back and forth and everything else. And heck, it looked like Fuego was getting some real momentum as he gets a high kick on Miro. Then he hits a short DDT, hits a big foot stomp, and another foot stomp. It looks, he might do it. If he gets that big DDT, he might actually pull out the victory. But nope, Miro hits it with a big nasty kick and just hits him one more kick. It just lays out Fuego for the 1, 2, 3. Miro wins and gets a brand new car. And Miro was like, "Oh, I got the car already," and he's gonna toss it into the crowd. No, but then instead he comes in and reaches back for the accolade or the game over, the inverted camel clutch. But then Sammy Guevara comes in, helps out Fuego, and then it looks like Sammy Guevara is looking at that TNT Championship. And it looks like he might be the next target. He's like, maybe it's time for the Spanish God to take down God's favorite champion. Ooh, that's going to be something that I can't wait to see. I'm surprised this hasn't been on the Grand Slam. Either or. But it looks like this might be on Full Gear. So I can't wait for that. Miro has been really good as of late. One of the best. Honestly, he's been great as a TNT champion. Even if Sammy doesn't win here, I think that if Miro continues, I really want Miro to be. I imagine if Miro goes in and say maybe he'll take down Kenny, or heck, maybe when Hangman comes back, Hangman comes in, lays out and beats. How about Hangman beats Miro for the TNT Championship, challenges the best bout machine, Kenny Omega, title versus title, Revolution, wins, and holds both belts, that sort of thing. I don't know. That's just me. That's how I do it. But what do you think? Who knows? But overall, that would be very. Overall, this was a great Rampage. Loved it, and hopefully, Rampage continues to be an hour long. But this 2-hour thing, which I will be there live. Be jealous. I will be there, and I hopefully will get the video out latest on Sunday. Earliest will be on Saturday. All right. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. This is Duke CT here. Peace, love. See you when I see y'all later.